Right, abusuan mo bibia kwa ba mfambra 2K ni sem blogs o YouTube so say abusuan for yaba as usual and some ahodo a ekoso e Ghana say no na e de beso me ahwefo ene atifo nyina na abusuan me no kase no we any info aba betodwa abusuan me pese me de beso me ahwefo ene matifo nyina na abusuan me no kase no and some aba betodwa na abusuan ano odene after say yeso eye John Dramani Mahama in wie no ensem bebre na ekoso na ni nyina nsem pese be kwoni akwakoje sa ensem nyina nchiri mu pay di abayeba ba betena se ne di ensen ho nkomo se di esitie
a very long time sir. A friend is saying PNDC Eba NDC on one hand over to himself now we share how or she share na buy now we share kwanya ofa so etoto ne nioma na o hwe president Akuffo abra obeye mampani ono so kwan ofa so toto ne nioma na o de toto eye omampani mills any onwa kasa John Mahama no oye na FM e kwan o mo fa so o mo hyehyɛ o maban na o hwe hawa onwa John Mahama so Professor Mills eko ne krechi obedi mfi bosomi nsia anaka na wo hwe kwan a ofa so a ono so odi nkunim o hyehyɛ na aban na in fact John Mahama has beaten himself to his own records enti ya bebo na baso papa. Many are the issues we're dealing with within this very short period. On a normal day, no, you don't expect say mampenia waba foforo ko betimede abasahari so ayesa enyoma no. Now it's because the reason why we were talking to Ghanaians about President Mahama say den say ibenya nesaso because you see sene senkenya mra ena esi omampani Akuffo ho kwan ena sebi o se be di mampani bi mu a ejidi se enuoma bi wo ho a wo aban mo ye ya anye bia no onuhu oti ase nipa mintimi enka bi ma no da na wi ase ase ye Akuffo Addo se da chi bi nyame mpangu senke se enye mampan friends amemmo emra constitution na yes, Akuffo Addo to me said, mampani bi mu I cannot vouch for him. Akuffo Krano, I will do so, closing one eye and leaving the other. But nipa na mean to me and me huechi nye da John Mahama because ni sinto no krampo no sinto a wa ban mu a say is because or a human. What you say? Unse nipa bi ewon fomso ewo mabrabom ena nipa binum ahye won ho bone what you say John Mahama will not intentionally commit adia wrong. He will not intentionally be wrong. What you say sinto de woni pa fam ntino adia ba ko mienu miensa bi wo a obetimi ehun se anko yie bibi ti say Bas Brandon you see that is not directly under his stewardship. Ebia is under an auspices like transport for no minister for transport Jifa Ativo at that time and ono oye djuma bi na ase ekof sika bi kofa Akuffo nsase eno krampo no you could tell how what take kempo no the reaction Emma Jifa had to resign.
Just Bas Brandon. Scanning was like 5 million Ghana cedis. It
was 3 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
And no crime one man demonstration.
Wow.
Emma, just because John Mahama, His Excellency, or T.Yeke Kempono, Jifa could not contain the energy in the area. Oh, she had to resign. Obi se me pese me beye mampen me pese me nya $1 million. Just at the mention crack ekese o pese o nya $1 million wa ben mu no. The person had to Minia Vicky, no, was said because you could not be in John Mahama's government. Obi tisa Bugapele. Onya Obi Kekeo. I mean, they have come a long way. Obi ni yonko brabua chese aye nua ne sa te say me ni bobie na me say bobie me de akotum ana say me ma ye bone bobie si me o de makotum what ma say. So it tells how John Mahama is. And dear ayana sometimes amanfo hu ni say he is very very selfless. Onyo obi a sebi ewiase fair ne fair there be. Yes, I mean ade fair de man empe then so aboa so onim ade fair say wo se me ye adwuma onim say ade we wo se nchirima behu say me na me ye and the dreams ne so. John Mahama is not the man in a hurry. He is the man with a vision. And obi a vision biano, they come always prepared. Because they say odansi for Bible church odansi for mu say or you be or ye prepared. Na ye planning a dan wa bra me simi kosi dan o. Ye planning ni what them. In chance na be pia bonten say me kosi dan no. Na wunim say me wo breacher sika, me wo steel bender sika, me wo surveyor sika, me wo bia sika, including even the oil quantity surveyor obetimi a chese dan we will see we are ne bo be yesi. Enti nyesa afa na me kwa koto ye friend say anwea one trip dia ba be hyaase na ebi a mfie mienu miensa achi we sa wo dan be ka dem. What you say? So as visionary as John Mahama has always been, no, you could tell how when he was member of parliament, when he was minister, deputy minister, vice president, president, and with this experience, no, and how vast it is, no, Ghana ha, de so benya neseso. Na wasabe mampeni wakofie, osi no, Mr. Senior a course so na sinto way. So I don't expect say John Mahama will get anything wrong, even though I believe say as human no sinto there but to get it wrong there is going to be very difficult.
Okay.
And until now ministry appointments no, it's not as if enka ayobia kobo se wa yenu sakatu or person ma hu ne direction enunti hwe nipa or appointee omo no wo hu se enyinam kanea ho asem hu hia papa wo hu se emra nsem ehu hia papa because esinto ewo enyoma Ghana fo hia se wo so wo ye no wo attend to no emra ene wo se de yes ade no nti mrasem hu hia papa. For example, oral cannot be very effective when we don't have an attorney general and minister for justice. And John Mahama is a man to the core of every definition of every word. And so okase minister for justice and yes Akuffo bi to say Godfrey Damia ono ba be ne puppet. Now ono play the puppeteer. Now ono then it becomes like a puppetry. No, he will not. And you know, he has looked out for the best Attorney General and Minister for Justice, who is a well-distinguished personality, sebi or what doctorate in Emra. Any munsem ohwe Supreme Court for omo kase no be chechire mu atimu say otimi meyaya mani yebo at some point na o feel very uncomfortable in himself because he was making him look like a fool. I mean, not just to say the word, but at least say obi awako suku. Now you have thrown your certificate away and you are now using say with the commonest wisdom. Not even wisdom. They say every wisdom is wisdom. I mean the commonest language. Say what me out to statute actually kind black law dictionary. I mean how weird can a lawyer of that stature be? And he was very blunt. I say no more say me na or nipa your friend is saying or you're predetermined. Yes, why? Who is not predetermined? Lawyers are always predetermined before they enter court. Because when you say our client not the BIM, so you are predetermined. What is wrong with being predetermined? What is wrong with? Because when you say at the end I Kamrani say, and the Emrani canon and your predetermination. Because I know the informal with decision. What must I say? And you know, all that you know will go through with the election petition in 2021 and what baba bedru baby a wedru yankopon adom say wabeye obi a on na ba behwe mra nsem so Ghana ha. And I believe say he has a lot to at least correct, if to use the correct word, correction is much needed in that office, because they say, you know, the office has been tainted with a lot of very weird and very unpleasant and say Minister for Justice Timi Kwani will be quiet and say BMF Akuffo tum Dia and I say Boa Abansifo to Achino and Abaya Triasu Butitri. So if you look at his appointments from Akuffo to John Jenapo to Dr. Ayeni, it should tell you that John Mahama is very serious a president.
Okay.
And Nana, so far so good, to borrow the words of President Akuffo. So far so good. Just to add, say very, very good. But there are so much Ghanaians are expecting from John Mahama. And baby, I was chance here free, you know. A yara. No, say the way Ghanaians see NDC, you know, anyhow we measure them by standards, no. Way ahead of sending you MPP abai. It is NDC ba bemwa. And only Dawson, because the expectation now nipa here free NDC abai hono. A certain expectation I be here free MPP abai ho. Enti sa ade si Akuffo Addo apenso no. Senke bi si John Mahama apenso anka kudita be yadwuma. Onim die ntia. NDC and a war your democracy. And the expectation Ghana for a war free or mohono. Eson because Ghana for a dream on titru yeah ebia ye Rollins aban no. Any near course so ansana your friend is saying oba democracy muno. Na ye need GDS say the Rollins a year no, from 1992 to the year 2000 no, and now 2001 no. Now you need GDS say Rollins obetimi a transition home from soldier aban to a civilian government. Obetimi a outperform on one even when it was a military government. Outperform ne home. And you remember Rollins here yentimi modern and this for mu ade omu nim yaye so omo bo omo adwuma ho daru. Omu sin tokese pa no. And I'm believing, say, John Mahama being a communication expert, you know, he won't allow for this thing to happen again.
Okay.
And unti mesre, say, Medemanusi, Adia Anra, Naminuanum, no more discuss who be here by communication. There's nothing wrong building a communication, your friend is saying, office in every office. There's nothing wrong. Because you have to understand, say, oye phone bell and oye phone wa to media ni nyina. Kopem se mo beji sika e wo mo ho o mawia no. They don't care paying that money to the media because the media was part of their syndicate, their criminal syndicate. Media no was part. There are some journalists that they could not afford even rent and them do call mu fia. We be show. Meanwhile ni pay no ko busa say ni pay yes ya. Eye kitu ani abi it say edue ba emore edue na mu ne ba ne more na so so no ko hu mansions ahodo a omu oni a we am be show. It's not to say journalists or obobre anyo, but how can the watchman who is supposed to be the watchdog no be the thief and be protecting the thieves? Ebasa then ya tu ye ho atwene. It is a wo hwe enoma ekoso na emomo nya o madwen say a business as usual. Yes, we don't have to be so hard on ourselves. However, it's not business as usual. And you say amafo betie P0SED news, on betie UTV news, on betie Joy news, on betie Accra FM news. No. You have to force information down the throats of Ghanaians, especially dear waye. There be you use me my example yi. Ofri amanone ba obedru terminal 3 February 13th 2017 till between that time no now it wasn't possible any government could have built terminal 3 but already bedroom hono or say Akuffo do ban and say wait me ayewe till between 7th January to 13th February,
less than 3 months,
less than one and a half months.
Okay, 2 months.
Say 7th January to February. And no crown February 7th, 1 month.
1 month.
1 month, about say 6 days. February. Already say Akuffo do hey obey adwuma. And I say now when they bet me the 1 month say sad day. Now say concrete crowd we are 21 days and sana cure. And you know already now I say it's Mahama na and I'm saying Mahama na say Mahama me so. To what me adwuma we nyina wa mo hu dero. This is not to rebuke minimum money boama na anybody, but it is because the communication gap was too wide. Me, I have never hidden it when I have to rebuke you or to tell you how it is like, because life, you know, Obia will listen to. And a must had any been CBM for the past days here, John Mahama Beye, and then I watch Pepe Pemboa, and then I watch Mahama Beye President, His Excellency, and then I watch, you know, a Juma Wire Dawson, but there is a communication gap, huge communication gap, which we don't have to repeat the mistakes of yesterday.